The Power of Manifestation, your guide to creating reality. Welcome, dear listeners, to The Power of Manifestation, your guide to creating reality. In this audiobook, we embark on a transformative journey to unlock the incredible potential within each of us. Prepare to discover the profound principles and practical techniques that will empower you to shape your life, attract your desires, and step into the abundant reality you truly deserve. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Constant Act of Manifesting. Every minute of every day, whether you realize it or not, you are manifesting. We often associate manifestation with grand desires, a new car, a dream job, a perfect relationship. But the truth is, the act of manifestation is far more fundamental. It's the continuous process by which your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions shape your reality. Think about it. Every decision you make, every word you speak, every feeling you harbor, is a form of energy being sent out into the universe. The universe, in turn, reflects this energy back to you in the form of your experiences. This isn't just about wishing for things. It's about actively creating them through your internal state. Consider your daily routine. When you decide what to wear, what to eat for breakfast, or how to react to a sudden traffic jam, you're engaging in mini manifestations. Your inner state, whether it's rushed, calm, frustrated, or joyful, influences the outcome of these small moments, which then ripple out to affect your entire day. Many people manifest unconsciously. They might be constantly worried about finances, and unknowingly, their thoughts and feelings attract more financial struggle. Or they might frequently complain about their job, and find themselves stuck in unfulfilling work. The key to powerful manifestation lies in bringing this process into your conscious awareness. Understanding that you are always manifesting empowers you. It shifts you from being a passive recipient of circumstances to an active co-creator of your life. It means that if you're experiencing something you don't desire, you have the power to change it by shifting your internal focus. This realization can be both exciting and, at first, a little daunting. It means taking full responsibility for your reality. But with this responsibility comes immense freedom. The freedom to choose your thoughts, to cultivate positive emotions, and to intentionally direct your energy toward the life you truly want to live. Throughout this book, we'll explore specific techniques and insights that will help you manifest with intention and purpose. The journey starts with acknowledging that the power to create your reality resides within you, and you are already using it, every single day. The goal now is to use it consciously, consistently, and effectively. Chapter 2. The Power of Belief and How It Can Create Your Reality. Your beliefs are the blueprints of your reality. They are the deeply ingrained assumptions and convictions you hold about yourself, others, and the world. And guess what? What you believe, you become. Consider this. A person who deeply believes they are not worthy of love will subconsciously push away opportunities for connection, or they might attract relationships that confirm their unworthiness. Conversely, someone who believes they are capable and deserving of success will naturally seek out opportunities, persevere through challenges, and attract circumstances that align with that belief. Our beliefs are formed throughout our lives, often during childhood, from our experiences, our environment, and the messages we receive from parents, teachers, and society. Many of these beliefs operate at a subconscious level, influencing our actions and reactions without us even realizing it. They are like invisible programs running in the background of our minds. If you've ever found yourself repeatedly falling into the same patterns, attracting similar types of challenges, or struggling with a particular area of your life, it's highly likely that a core belief is at play. For example, if you believe money is hard to come by, you'll constantly find evidence to support that belief, creating a reality where financial abundance feels out of reach. But here's the powerful truth: you have the ability to change your beliefs. It's not always easy, as deeply held beliefs can feel like facts, but it is absolutely possible. The first step is to identify them. Pay attention to your recurring thoughts, your automatic reactions, and the stories you tell yourself about your capabilities and your worth. Once you identify a limiting belief, you can begin to challenge it. Ask yourself, is this belief truly serving me? Where did it come from? What would happen if I chose to believe something different? Replacing old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones takes consistent effort. This is where techniques like affirmations, visualization, and conscious declaration become invaluable. By repeatedly feeding your mind with new, positive beliefs, you begin to rewire your subconscious programming. Imagine a gardener. If they plant seeds of weeds, they'll get weeds. If they plant seeds of beautiful flowers, they'll get flowers. Your mind is like that garden, and your beliefs are the seeds. If you want a different reality, you must plant different seeds. The power of belief is immense. It determines your perspective, your actions, and ultimately, the reality you create. By consciously choosing and cultivating empowering beliefs, you unlock a powerful force for manifestation, allowing you to attract the experiences and outcomes that truly align with your highest potential. Chapter 3. The Power of Choice and How It Can Help You Achieve Your Goals. Every single day, every hour, every minute, you are faced with choices. From the simplest decision of what to wear to profound life-altering paths, your ability to choose is your most fundamental power. And here's the magic: your choices are the direct catalysts for your manifestations. Many people feel trapped by circumstances, believing they have no choice in their current situation. But this is an illusion. Even in the most challenging moments, you always have a choice in how you respond. You can choose to react with anger and frustration, or you can choose to respond with calm and a search for solutions. These choices, big or small, determine the trajectory of your energy and, consequently, your future experiences. Think about a goal you have. Let's say you want to start a new business. Your journey will be a series of choices. Do I research this idea, or just think about it? Do I take the first small step, or wait for the perfect moment? Do I persevere when I face a setback, or give up? Each of these choices, made consciously and aligned with your desired outcome, propels you forward. The universe responds to your choices. When you make a choice that aligns with your true desires and then take action, no matter how small, you send a clear signal. This signal is like a magnet, attracting the resources, opportunities, and people necessary to support your chosen path. However, many choices are made unconsciously, driven by old habits, limiting beliefs, or societal expectations. For example, you might unconsciously choose to stay in a comfortable but unfulfilling job because it feels safe, rather than choosing to pursue a passionate but uncertain venture. Becoming aware of these unconscious choices is the first step to reclaiming your power. To make empowered choices, you need clarity. What do you truly want? What aligns with your highest self? When you are clear on your desired outcome, your choices become simpler. They naturally gravitate towards what serves your vision. Don't underestimate the power of seemingly small choices. Choosing to wake up 15 minutes earlier to meditate, choosing to say no to something that drains your energy, choosing to forgive yourself for a past mistake. These accumulate to create a powerful momentum in your manifestation journey. The power of choice is intrinsically linked to responsibility. When you embrace the fact that you always have a choice, you take ownership of your life. This isn't about blaming yourself for past outcomes, but about empowering yourself to create new ones. So, reflect today. What choices are you making, consciously and unconsciously? Are they aligned with the reality you wish to manifest? By consciously choosing pathways that serve your highest good, you activate the incredible force of manifestation, paving the way for the achievement of all your goals. Chapter 4. The power of visualization and how it can transform your life. If you can see it in your mind's eye, you can hold it in your hand. This is the essence of visualization, one of the most potent tools in your manifestation arsenal. Visualization is not merely daydreaming. It's a deliberate, focused practice of creating vivid mental images of your desired reality as if it has already occurred. When you visualize, you're engaging the creative power of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious doesn't differentiate between what's real and what's vividly imagined. By repeatedly feeding it images of your desired outcome, you begin to program it to work on your behalf, aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with that future reality. Think of an athlete preparing for a competition. They don't just train physically. They mentally rehearse their performance, seeing themselves winning, feeling the thrill of victory. This mental practice builds confidence, refines their technique, and primes their body for success. You can apply the same principle to any area of your life. Here's how to make your visualization practice powerful. Be specific and detailed. Don't just imagine being rich. Imagine the exact lifestyle, the kind of home, the feeling of financial freedom, the experiences you'll have, the people you'll help. The more details, the better. Engage all your senses. Don't just see it. Feel it, the texture of a new car's steering wheel, the warmth of the sun in your dream vacation spot. Hear it, the congratulations from friends, the sounds of your ideal environment. Smell it, taste it if applicable. The more sensory details, the more real it feels to your subconscious. Feel the emotion. This is perhaps the most crucial element. As you visualize, generate the emotions you would feel if your desire had already manifested. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the excitement, the peace. Emotion is the fuel that ignites your visualization and sends a powerful signal to the universe. Practice consistently. Short, regular visualization sessions are more effective than infrequent, long ones. Dedicate 5 to 10 minutes each day, perhaps first thing in the morning or just before bed, when your mind is naturally more receptive. Let go of the how. Your job is to focus on the what and the why, the feeling. The universe, through infinite possibilities, will work out the how. Don't limit your manifestation by trying to figure out every step. Simply trust that the path will be revealed. Visualization isn't a passive activity. It's an active co-creation. It helps you become congruent with your desires, meaning your inner world aligns with your outer aspirations. When your thoughts, feelings, and images are all pointing in the same direction, you become an unstoppable magnet for what you want. Embrace the power of your imagination. It is the workshop of your mind, where you can craft the life of your dreams before it even appears in physical form. By consistently and emotionally visualizing your desired reality, you set a powerful intention that will transform your life. Chapter 5. The importance of asking questions in your life. Have you ever felt stuck, unsure of your next step, or even what it is you truly want? Often, the path forward isn't about having all the answers, but about asking the right questions. The power of asking is a fundamental yet often overlooked aspect of manifestation. When you ask a question, you open a channel. You signal to your mind, to the universe, and to yourself that you are seeking clarity, guidance, and solutions. This act of asking activates a search mechanism within you, prompting your subconscious to begin gathering information and revealing pathways you might not have considered before. Think about it. A scientist asks questions to uncover new discoveries. A doctor asks questions to diagnose an illness. A child constantly asks, why? To understand the world around them. Asking is an inherent human drive for knowledge and growth. In the context of manifestation, asking is crucial in several ways. Clarifying your desires. Before you can manifest, you need to know what you truly want. Asking questions like, what would make me truly happy? What kind of life do I want to create? Or, what experiences bring me joy? Helps you refine your vision. Seeking guidance. When you encounter a challenge, instead of getting frustrated, ask, what is the lesson here? How can I overcome this? What's the next logical step? This shifts your focus from the problem to the solution. Inviting the universe to co-create. Asking the universe for help or guidance isn't a sign of weakness. It's a demonstration of trust. When you genuinely ask for what you need, you create space for divine timing and unexpected opportunities to emerge. For example, universe, show me the easiest way to achieve this, or, please guide me to the resources I need. Self-reflection and growth. Asking questions of yourself. Why am I reacting this way? What belief is behind this thought? How can I improve? Leads to profound self-awareness and personal evolution. The quality of your answers is directly proportional to the quality of your questions. If you ask vague questions, you'll get vague answers. If you ask empowering, open-ended questions, you invite expansive possibilities. Don't be afraid to ask for help, from within yourself, from others, or from the universe. The act of asking is a declaration of your intention and a signal that you are ready to receive. It's a humble yet powerful way to engage with the co-creative process, allowing insights, opportunities, and solutions to flow into your life. So, what question will you ask yourself, or the universe, today? Chapter 6. The Power of Freedom and How It Can Create Your Reality. True freedom isn't just about external circumstances. It's an internal state of being. And when you embody this state of freedom, you unlock an incredible power to create your reality. Many people seek external freedom. Financial independence, freedom from a demanding job, freedom from obligations. While these are valid desires, true, lasting freedom begins within. It's the freedom from limiting beliefs, from past conditioning, from the need for external validation, and from the fear of making mistakes. When you operate from a place of inner freedom, your choices become deliberate and aligned with your highest self. You're not driven by fear or scarcity, but by expansion and joy. This is crucial for manifestation because the universe responds to your vibrational state. When you feel free, you emit a high-frequency vibration that attracts more experiences of freedom and abundance. Consider the opposite. A person who feels trapped by debt or a relationship. Their energy is constricted, focused on lack and limitation. This vibrational state perpetuates more situations of feeling trapped. To manifest true freedom, you must feel free first, even if your current circumstances don't yet reflect it. How can you cultivate this inner freedom? Release limiting beliefs. As we discussed in Chapter 2, identify and challenge the beliefs that tell you you're not capable, worthy, or deserving. These are often the invisible chains that bind you. Practice forgiveness. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and others for their perceived wrongs. Holding on to resentment is a heavy burden that limits your freedom. Embrace imperfection. Release the pressure to be perfect. True freedom comes from accepting yourself fully, flaws and all. Let go of control. While intention and action are important, clinging too tightly to the how can stifle your manifestation. Trust the universe's infinite wisdom to bring your desires in the best way possible. This is the freedom of surrender. Live in the present moment. The past is gone, the future is yet to be created. True freedom resides in your ability to choose your thoughts and feelings right now, in this very moment. Define your own success. Don't let societal expectations dictate your path. Freedom means designing a life that genuinely excites and fulfills you. When you align with the energy of freedom, you open yourself up to infinite possibilities. You stop trying to force outcomes and instead allow them to flow effortlessly. You become less concerned with external opinions and more focused on your inner guidance. The power of freedom is about becoming who you truly are, unburdened by external pressures or internal limitations. It's a state of expansion, joy, and limitless potential that not only transforms your life but also empowers you to manifest your wildest dreams with grace and ease. Embrace your inherent freedom, and watch your reality expand. Chapter 7. The power of creativity and how it can transform your life. If you can imagine it, you can create it. If you can create it, it becomes your reality. This timeless truth speaks directly to the essence of creativity. Creativity is something you are born with. Whether you excel at math, love cars, follow the fashion industry, or are a fantastic photographer or writer, everyone will recognize your creativity if it's something you have cultivated. Even during difficult times, being creative will help you find new ways of pivoting through changing circumstances. When you are creative, you are connecting with your inner self. You are exploring new horizons within your personality, and you tend to express your emotions through that creativity. On the other hand, when you are not connected to your creative side, you tend to feel angry, stressed, or sad. You may even feel like something is missing because you are not opening yourself to new experiences. You are also not allowing your creativity to run wild and release energy. Being creative is something humanity has been steadily losing for some time now. As a result, many people are now trying to reconnect with it, turning to practices like art therapy, a form of treatment that focuses on being creative to heal. What is creativity? Creativity is more than simply making a new thing. Many define creativity as engaging in crafts or focusing on the arts. However, creativity can also mean doing something you have never done before or visualizing things under a different light. The central aspect behind creativity is that you allow your inner self to shine through, expressing yourself when you need to. Therefore, creativity is important because it will bring fulfillment into your life, and it will also make you more optimistic about the world, or at least, more confident about your world. When you welcome creativity into your life, you immediately start seeing changes within yourself. You begin focusing on what truly matters to you, and your interests may shift. But creativity can also bring many answers to your life, which is always great. In Chapter 5, you read about the importance of asking questions. Here, in this chapter, you will learn about the importance and power behind being creative. When you have a creative force that guides you, you will observe how your hands, head, and heart all work together to achieve your goals, which will undoubtedly bring joy into your life. If you would like to get in touch with your creative side again, and you are looking for ways to do so, have a look at the following ideas. Turn off your phone and shut down social media. Even if you do this for just a couple of hours, you will still benefit. One thing we are all guilty of lately is looking at our phone screens whenever we feel bored. We consume others' lives, which can significantly affect us, especially when comparing ourselves to them. If you want to have your creativity back, disconnect for a while. When you are bored, you are also making your mind wander and find new ways of entertaining yourself. If you stop scrolling down your phone's screen, why don't you draw, write, or sing something? It may make you feel liberated. Be an active reader. If you would like to activate your creativity, you must become an active reader, not just a regular reader. The difference lies in the fact that you are immersing yourself in the story when you are actively reading something. It almost seems like you have become one of the characters, and you even start thinking like them. In addition, you also begin to explore new ways of thinking, which can potentially open your eyes to your feelings, decisions, and who knows. You may end up writing something great as well. Choose your intentions wisely. Why is it that you want to be creative? What would you like to achieve or focus on? What are your intentions for the fields you are exploring? If you intend to learn a new skill or to master an already acquired one, then you need to be truthful about the intention so your creative energy can flow throughout your body. When you are learning or trying to expose yourself to something new, you are putting control aside, and you are letting your inner self guide the whole act. As a result, you become creative, you begin to enjoy what you are doing, and you are exploring diverse concepts you never thought about. Internal battles are welcomed. When they lead you to question yourself, some people will run away whenever they see a possible conflict with what they are doing or how they are expressing themselves. Still, if you know your intentions and become aware of the power of creativity you have, your internal battles should soon be dispersed. You will stop thinking about how terrible your creative expression is, and you will start focusing more on the power your hands, voice, or mind have because you are creating something from scratch. Write a morning page. As its name suggests, these pages need to be written first thing in the morning because you will have a clear and fresh mind. If you write them during the evening, you will likely focus on how your day went and how you felt throughout. In addition, morning pages should be handwritten as the action of doing something with your hands. This will ground you and will make you feel more connected to the intention you have. Ideally, you will write 3 to 5 morning pages each morning. However, life sometimes gets in the way, so even if you manage to write a single page every day and slowly start working your way up, then consider yourself lucky. Try something completely new. Perhaps you would like to learn Spanish, and you never had the opportunity to do so, until now. Or maybe you want to play the drums and don't have the time to take classes. Or perhaps you just heard about a new physical training group that is nearby to where you live. When you try something new, you not only activate your energy, but you also have a date with yourself. It is the time of the day you take off to focus on your passions or on being creative. This can have a powerful impact on you, as you will be more in tune with what goes on around you and within yourself. Be creative when manifesting. If you are creative, you will find not one but several ways of manifesting your dreams. If you think you are not creative yet, why don't you close your eyes and manifest your creativity powers getting turned on? Just like you would do with the lights. Once you combine the power of creativity and the power of manifesting, you will be unstoppable. You will realize how much fun you can have when you visualize what you would like to achieve, and you can also explore new paths within your manifesting journey. How do creativity and love complement each other? Love and creativity not only complement each other, but they also do not exist without the other, because there is a mutual recognition between the two of them as they become a power couple. If you are focusing on your creative side, you must put your heart on the line. And if you already have your heart there, your creativity levels will probably go up because you feel inspired, you get pleasure in doing what you love doing, and even difficult times seem to pass by rapidly. Manifesting mindfulness and coming into the flow. When you allow yourself to be creative and genuinely love and enjoy what you are doing, you may also feel like you are getting lost in the activity. Sometimes, you may even forget to eat because you have invested your time in being there with yourself and the creative experience you are having. There is something called the theory of flow, and it states that when you focus your attention on something, and you are really engrossed in it, you also become unaware of the time you have spent doing such a thing. For example, a painter who spends more than 24 hours working on a new collection, or a musician who invests hours training with their new musical instrument, is in the flow. But this theory, or at least its concepts, dates back to the beginning of Buddhism, as the Oriental religion focused on it. You can think of this theory as if it were a river. Depending on the weather, the river will have more water, or its stream will go faster or slower. The river also has rocks, but it can always move them and place them somewhere else when needed. You are the river when you become creative. In fact, the stream is the flow, and it will depend on you to continue its creativity path or not. This mental state is not seen as a burden, on the contrary. When you are in the flow, you are so immersed in what is going on, you feel energized, feel connected to what you are doing, and enjoy where the process is taking you. How can you know if you are in the flow? When you are in the flow, you are focused on what you are doing right now. So, it is fair to say that you are aware of the present moment. When you are in the flow, you are very active. You are mindful of what you are doing, but you are also manifesting what you would like to do. When you are in the flow, your inner self will be released, and you will embrace your creativity like never before. But you also become aware of the things you cannot control, and your creativity will allow you to overcome difficulties. When you are in the flow, you probably don't know what time it is. Your temporal experience becomes blurry because you have spent so much time doing something you love, and you had so much fun that time became irrelevant. When you are in the flow, you know the goals you would like to achieve, and you know how to get to them. Being in the flow doesn't mean you only do what you love, because you also need to have a structure that will allow your work to flow even more. Lastly, when you are in the flow, you are focused on what's in front of you, you are mindful of what needs to be done, and your expectations are usually materialized. Last few words on creativity. Creativity will help reduce stress and anxiety while also increasing overall well-being, joy, and happiness. When you actively create something and turn it into a daily practice, it will automatically respond to all life situations. Don't be surprised if you wake up one Sunday morning thinking you need to do some painting or write a poem down because you felt a little sad on Saturday night. Creativity will not automatically suppress your negativity or your problems, but it will reduce them drastically. It will help you feel better. It will improve your life's choices, and it will bring a new perspective into your life. Nowadays, it is easy to escape your emotions. You simply put headphones in, and you disconnect from the outer world. You think you are safe, and nothing can get you now, but deep down, you are still having a not so great time. Being creative will allow you to understand what's going on and deal with all the changes occurring responsibly. Chapter 8. The Power of Having Goals and How to Manifest Them into Reality. Human beings are inherently built for success, despite what many might believe. Unless specifically told otherwise during their upbringing, children typically believe they can achieve whatever they set their minds to. It can even be argued that children are professionals at manifesting their intentions. They want something, they see it, they take it. Once they learn the behavior needed to accomplish something, they'll repeat it consistently to get the same results. Adults, certainly, can learn a thing or two from children in this regard. On the other hand, if a person grows up believing they won't achieve anything or aren't good enough to have life goals, this can be detrimental to their health and well-being. Chances are, they'll internalize this way of thinking and won't even try to prove otherwise. But how important is it to manifest your goals? How can you ensure your manifesting goals align with what the universe is waiting for you to produce? How can you cultivate positive intentions and behaviors that ignite your feelings and lead you toward the results you've envisioned? Having a positive attitude could be the beginning. What exactly is a positive attitude? How can it help you get closer to your goals? A positive attitude is what an optimistic person possesses. They don't dwell on their problems or how bad they feel about them. Instead, they focus on the solutions they can create and manifest to overcome these issues. A person with a positive attitude can seemingly turn this on or off when necessary. As a result, they consistently work on their optimistic levels. However, they often do this automatically because they've seen firsthand how vital it is to activate this area of their lives. When you maintain a positive attitude in the face of adversities, problems become less overwhelming because you've managed to control the negative thoughts that arise. Even the smallest failures become opportunities for wisdom. If you are a positive person with a positive attitude, you are also aware of how vital resilience is and how you can manifest your goals with an almost built-in guarantee of success. Moreover, people who maintain a positive attitude carefully manage their manifesting journey so that negative thoughts don't completely invade their minds. This is how optimists see failure as the perfect opportunity to become stronger. They're aware that if they want to enhance the positive attitude, they will need to make changes that will profoundly impact their lives. Manifesting your goals successfully. One of the main objectives of the manifesting technique is to teach individuals that it is possible to change their thought patterns, no matter how deeply rooted they may be. As a result, anything unproductive, negative, or unhealthy can be dismissed. Imagine you want to become a professional photographer. You've told your friends about your purpose, and they're excited for you, some even asking you to take their pictures. If you start thinking, "I'm not good enough, this isn't for me," or "I don't know who I am or why do I call myself a photographer," these thoughts can be redirected and transformed into emotions that are more in tune with the new goals you've set for yourself. When you manifest your goals and work toward them, you will become more open to understanding the importance of speaking kindly to yourself. And once you truly embrace this, you will be able to move forward and achieve those goals. But you must learn to cultivate awareness of your own thoughts and words before you set out to achieve your goals. You'll truly see this as you begin your manifesting journey. You must also understand that manifesting is not something you do once and then forget about it. It is a lifestyle. It's a continuous practice that allows you to navigate your experiences in a much less abrupt way. The ups and downs are always there, serving to help you understand that everything depends on your attitude and how you perceive the situations that come your way. The importance of manifesting your goals. Have you ever written down your goals? If so, have you done it regularly, or only sporadically? Perhaps you're more of a thinker and keep your goals in your mind but not in written form. How you answer this question will have a tremendous impact on how your manifesting journey will go. Many won't believe the power behind writing down the goals, but once they give it a try and see how it can help them manifest, the results will be higher than ever. Once you begin to manifest on that piece of paper and tell the universe what you would like to achieve, everything will move toward obtaining that. If you write down your goals and share them with a close friend, or any other person who knows you well, there will be a significantly higher likelihood that you will transform your dreams into your reality. This may be because both individuals are now thinking about the goals the other person has, sending their positive energies out to the universe. As a result, it feels like the universe will always have your back and will cheer you on when necessary. Your brain is also an essential player. It's not only the fact that you are explicitly telling the universe what you want. Your brain is also deeply involved in this chapter. How your brain works will determine how much you accomplish. We all have two sides of the brain, the left and right hemispheres. The right hemisphere is usually associated with being creative, imaginative, and colorful, whereas the left is responsible for literal thinking, numbers, and rational ideas. There is something called the corpus callosum between the two sides of the brain, which acts like a bridge. All the electrical signals your brain sends to the rest of the body will pass through this chamber. Eventually, they will reach a fluid that surrounds your brain, and then be redirected to the spinal column so they can travel to places further down. Once these signals reach the destinations, they send a clear message to each cell, bone, muscle, or fiber of your body. Think of these signals as postmen, and the parts of your body as the houses they deliver goods to. If you continuously write down your goals, then you are also regularly reading them. As a result, your brain is already wired up to think positively about these goals. You are manifesting what you want your brain to achieve, and your brain is manifesting how possible it is to send that message to the rest of the body. The relationship between your goals and your brain. When you read about your goals and start imagining how you will achieve them, you begin to use the right side of your brain, the one that brings about the creative thinking process. As a result, you will be sending necessary signals to the rest of your body to help you commit to this particular goal. On the other hand, if you read your goals or have written down your desires, you will also use your left hemisphere, which will provide a logical way of thinking about what needs to be done to achieve those dreams. You will be using your whole brain, something that is not done often, to convert your dreams and goals into a reality. You will also be sending essential signals to your body's cells, confirming that you truly want to achieve this. This is a straightforward act. It doesn't require much more apart from a piece of paper, a pen, a quiet area, and your commitment. But you can genuinely achieve impressive things by, simply, writing down your ideas, dreams, and goals. This is not to say you are only thinking and not doing. On the contrary, this should be considered the first and usually most important step to guide you throughout the rest of the journey. Always remember that your goals are the intentions you have been manifesting since you started this journey. Be careful what you wish for, as you could find yourself in difficult situations without knowing how to get out of them. Chapter 9. The Power of Dreams and Your Consciousness. Oh, to sleep. I am 1000% sure everybody loves to sleep. Whether you sleep at night or take a nap after lunch, sleeping is often seen as a great, yet overlooked, activity. Some people argue that sleeping is a waste of time because they cannot focus on more important things. However, did you know that your body needs to sleep so it can heal itself? Your mind also requires you to sleep to go through different processes, such as dreaming, releasing energy, and rewiring some of the brain's connections. When you sleep, you are actively improving your next day's conditions, as you will feel more relaxed, have a more positive outlook on life, and probably even receive answers throughout your dreams. Fortunately, you do not have to sleep to dream all the time, although it is an excellent way of achieving the power of manifesting and the power of dreaming. Sleep stages and their importance in your waking life. When a person falls asleep, they automatically go through different sleep stages that take center stage within the person's body. Usually, these stages are classified as non-rapid eye movement, NREM, and the REM phase. When your body goes through the NREM phase, your brain sends signals to your muscles and bones. In fact, it can be argued that your body is repairing itself when you enter this phase. In addition, your immune system will start recovering as a result. So, in NREM sleep, the brain will go through processes that will lead you to enter the other phase, the rapid eye movement, REM, phase, which is often considered the moment in which dreams occur. Even though you are asleep, your eyelids will be moving very rapidly during this stage because the brain is sending these types of signals. Your heart rate will also increase, although your body is temporarily paralyzed due to sleep. You can go through lucid dreams or recurring dreams throughout this time, but they can become very real if you know them and know what to expect. Once these cycles are completed, they will start over and over again. You can go through these cycles up to 6 times each night, so if you think about it, you could potentially have at least 6 lucid dreams as well. Some individuals remember the dreams more than others because they spend more time in the REM phase, instead of the NREM phase. How relevant is it to sleep, to meditate, and to dream within this new manifesting process? All of these activities are very relevant for any journey. It is often said that meditation is useful for individuals who are looking to improve their overall well-being. But so is having a good night's sleep, or dreaming, as it will bring them closer to their desired outcomes. 3 activities for a healthier life path. Meditation can help you sleep better, and when you sleep better, you can also dream more. Once you start meditating, you will soon realize that your body will feel at ease, it will be relaxed, and it will shift its energy from being exposed outwardly toward traveling inward. When you meditate, you will also improve your breathing, and if you are having trouble sleeping, you can quickly solve this with the breathing techniques you have learned while meditating. When you meditate, you are conscious of what is going on. The vital thing to know is that this can also be the case when you sleep or when you dream. Many people will be surprised when they find out that lucid dreaming is very real and they can consciously act within the dreams. When you dream, you are also inspiring yourself. How many times have you woken up in the middle of the night with a great idea, only to forget about it the next morning? This is why it would help if you keep a nighttime journal right next to you when you wake up with unique ideas. This way, you can easily write down everything that comes to mind, even if it's at 3 a.m. What is lucid dreaming, and why is it essential in your manifesting journey? In layman's terms, you have a lucid dream when you are aware that you are dreaming. So, you are asleep, yet you see yourself in your dream. You know that something feels odd because you are also conscious that you are sleeping. Lucid dreaming is not something new either. In fact, many Greek authors and philosophers, such as Aristotle, wrote about this phenomenon. Many indigenous communities have often used this technique around the world to access the universal knowledge they hold. They know that they can do everything they want when they have a lucid dream experience, but they can also learn many relevant and essential things to guide them in their waking life. When you experience a lucid dream, you have control over what goes on. Your body will feel somehow tense, but your soul will be free to move where it wants to go. How to have a lucid dream and experience its full potential. Lucid dreaming is relatively easy to achieve. Here are some things you can do that will help you become fully aware every time you fall asleep. Go to bed thinking about something specific. Let's say you have a red bracelet, and it's your favorite one. Before you go to bed, put it on and look at it. Close your eyes and visualize it completely. See how it feels, how long it is, or how many stones it has. When you go to bed, start thinking about the bracelet again. Think about it and focus on its physical appearance. Try to fall asleep with the bracelet's image in your mind. If you start to fall asleep, then bring the imagery back again. The point is that when you end up lucid dreaming, you will see the red bracelet in your dream. This will undoubtedly catch your attention because you will remember that you were focusing on your bracelet before you fell asleep. Once this happens, you can also move around or control how your dream develops. Try it. You may have to practice this technique many times before it actually works. But it is definitely worth a try. Write down in your dream journal whenever you remember something. Do not wait until you wake up in the morning to write things down. On the contrary, you should always have a journal next to you, and write down everything you remember each night. Even if it's only a word, you can be sure that it will serve as a clue when you wake up and start analyzing your dream. Look at the patterns and see what days or during what times you dream more. Having this information can be useful if you are deliberately trying to have a lucid dream. Many people do the hypnagogic technique. Have you ever noticed that you are about to fall asleep as soon as you close your eyes? You start seeing swirling patterns with different colors. They usually appear on the back of your eyelids, and many individuals are more susceptible to them than others. When you try to focus on them, and I say try, because they tend to move really fast and it can be difficult for some people, you can get closer to achieving a lucid dream. In fact, this is a turning point because, as soon as you see them, you realize that you are about to fall asleep, but you are still awake enough to notice these things. When you practice this technique, you are doing the hypnagogic technique. Again, as soon as you reach this dream state, you will also be able to begin your lucid dreaming stage, where you can control what goes on and how you react to situations. People can even fly, run fast, move quickly, speak foreign languages they don't know in their real life, transform themselves into animals or other people, or even have a lucid dream inside another lucid dream. Some sleep paralysis is good. If you are looking into experiencing lucid dreams and don't really want to go into any other technique, you can take advantage of sleep paralysis to achieve your goal. Most people have experienced sleep paralysis, and sometimes they don't even know what is happening. If you have ever felt you were awake but couldn't actually move, then you have probably gone through a sleep paralysis episode. You may also feel like your body doesn't respond to your brain's signals, so even though you are sending commands, your muscles won't answer back. It may also feel like your body is frozen, and you usually don't control it. Most people feel anxious when this occurs and get very uncomfortable. A friend of mine once thought she was about to die because she didn't know what was happening. I told her about atonia, a phase within the REM period that sends signals to the body. It basically commands it to stay still at night. If we didn't have the atonia phase, we'd start acting out our dreams and thoughts in the world, right in the middle of the night. So, if you think you are talking to a pink elephant, you will probably ask where the pink elephant is when you are asleep, so your roommates or family can hear it as well. If you have experienced several sleep paralyses, and you already know about them, you can take advantage of them and go straight to lucid dreaming. At least you will be able to move there, in your dreams. You can also start manifesting what it is you would like to achieve. If you are looking for new love, why don't you meet there, in your lucid dream? Or if you are hoping to travel the world, why don't you do so as well? Nothing is impossible in a lucid dream. Listening to relaxing music can help. Throughout the years, human beings have relied on music to express their feelings. Some types of music, in particular, relaxing music, have specific beats, lyrics, and rhythms that allow listeners to feel calm and relaxed. Still, it can also make them confront feelings such as sadness, anger, or even hate. When a person listens to relaxing music, they can enter a sleepy state where dreams can occur. They will also release stress and negative energy while making room for manifesting new realities they would like to achieve. All the world's civilizations have created their own instruments, music types, and even rhythms. By doing so, they were able to communicate with the gods and goddesses directly. Making music was like entering a new state of mind, where they felt utterly connected to the universe. Reading about others can help you get closer to yourself. If you admire a public person and they have written an autobiography, why don't you invest in it and read it? By doing so, you will see how another person has reached the goals and how you can do to make yours a reality. Dreams can serve as guidance as well, so if you dream big, like that person you just read about, or you take some of their advice and tips, then you too can manifest what you would like to achieve. Most people remember one dream or another. You need to try to remember as many details as possible to obtain more benefits. Chapter 10. The Power of Gratitude and How You Explore Life's Paths. When you are grateful, you are telling the universe, "Thank you for trusting me with this opportunity," but you are also acknowledging how capable you are of manifesting and achieving your goals. You are also dispersing those things you no longer want or require, making room for new objectives, goals, or dreams. All the things that no longer serve you will disappear every time you achieve your new realities. Never underestimate the power these two words have, thank you. It may seem obvious, but it is not. The more grateful you are, the more the universe will favor it and provide you with new opportunities. Positive people manifest the gratefulness. Gratitude is an essential issue in this journey. When a person is grateful, they're actively sharing positive thoughts, giving way to optimism, passion, and the love of creating new opportunities. They also learn that whenever they manifest something, they should be grateful for that. When you are grateful, another impressive thing happens. Negative thoughts begin to diminish noticeably. You are getting away from feelings such as anger, bitterness, greed, and a defensive or negative attitude. You are more in tune with the beauty of life. When you are grateful, you appreciate what is going on. Whether your friend bought you a new pair of shoes, or if your teacher gave you another opportunity to meet the deadline, life has many exciting ways of working in your favor. If you are grateful for the situation, you are also giving kindness back, especially when you truly mean it when you say thank you. And the other person will notice this too, and it will create a new sense of belonging between the two of you, because you know what the other person has gone through, and you are aware of what you did and how it changed the other person's reality. If you are a positive person, you won't have problems when manifesting your gratitude because it is something innate to you. You have internalized it so much that sometimes you find yourself saying, "Thank you," all the time, even through the most difficult of situations. Practice being grateful every time you achieve your goals. If you have written down your week's goals, and you have achieved most of them, or all, then you will probably feel gratitude for everything you have done. And in case you didn't know, this is a natural antidote that will protect you, it will make you feel happier, and it will work against defeating fear. But you can also be grateful for challenging feelings, even if they are not very optimistic. Without them, you wouldn't be where you are this moment. If you felt lost and were looking for answers, and then you decided to read this book to see what it had to say to you, you are also being grateful for what is happening. You can be grateful for finding this book, just like I'm grateful for writing this and sharing it with you. I am more than grateful for you because you decided to give me, and my words, an opportunity. If I had a fear before, as I was exposing these thoughts, it was all dissipated because I am grateful for everything that is happening between the two of us, even if we have probably never met before. How can you be grateful? Start by closing your eyes, breathing deeply, and concentrating on yourself. Visualize everything you want to change and improve. Be aware of what you want to achieve. That is, what are your goals or objectives? How can you reach them? This is when you have to gather all your will and focus on the power that you have to make the changes. But it is also the moment when you become grateful because you are opening your eyes to new experiences. Because you are allowing the universe to guide you. And because you have allowed yourself to change your thinking patterns and to activate other ones. Start small. What can you do today that will bring you closer to this gratitude step? Say thank you. Smile to someone you have never met before. Acknowledge your family and friends' importance in your life. Take care of yourself and others. This is the most significant tip for being grateful for others and yourself. Be thankful for your journey. Tell others what you have been going through, so they can empathize with you. In addition, this will also create a snowball effect where others can be grateful for what you have gone through as well. Change how you see things. Change the way you decide what you should be grateful for. For example, this may be a very personal example, but I feel compelled to tell you about it. A couple of years ago, I started feeling very ill. Back then, I didn't know what I know now, though. I was hospitalized for more than a month, and I even had to have surgery. Otherwise, I would have collapsed. I still remember I started crying the first day I was there, and I couldn't hold it back. All the nurses and doctors were really supportive, but I just didn't see the positive side of this situation at all. One of my doctors told me I would stay there, in bed, for the rest of the month, perhaps even more. Was I going to be crying all the time? Because if I planned on doing that, he said, he would get me psychological help. I first felt angry at him. How can he offer something like this to me while I'm at the hospital? I then realized that he was actually offering something I had never considered before, and right there and then I changed my perspective about things. I accepted his offer and started speaking with the psychologist that the hospital provided. I did feel better, although I still had other, older issues to solve. However, what I learned about that stint at the hospital was that I became a grateful person. I was even grateful for the food I was served throughout the day, albeit most of the time, it wasn't that great either. When I came out of the hospital, it felt as if I had a new life. I appreciate now more than ever before, and I am aware of the importance of being grateful, not only about the good things but also about challenging situations. Did you know that body language can also express gratitude? If you give someone a hug or a kiss, or if you welcome them with your arms wide open, then you are showing how grateful you are for them. Material items can also show how grateful you are, and sometimes we have demonized it because we do not want to give power to something material, but sometimes it is necessary. A person who doesn't have shoes will be very grateful if you buy a pair for them. Or a homeless individual will be grateful if you provide a shelter for them. What happens when you are grateful? You become proactive. If you are grateful for everything you have gone through, you become proactive, because difficult situations cannot make you feel defeated. When you are grateful, you are taking the initiative to become your authentic self and express who you really are to others. When you are grateful, you are working hard toward achieving your goals, and you are manifesting new realities based on this sense of gratefulness. Proactivity will lead you to manifest and to become aware of what you would like to achieve, despite the distractions you may encounter. You improve your well-being and overall health. You will realize that the more you give thanks for, the better you will feel. There is a direct link between the power of gratitude and the power of overcoming health-related issues. Tap into it. Discover how much you can improve your life by simply being grateful. You start connecting with others on a deeper level, because you put yourself in their shoes, and you understand what they have had to go through. You give thanks for their journey, and you let them know that you are grateful for having them in your life. Even if you only say thank you to others, you never know when this may have a profound impact on their lives. Grateful people are not afraid to show their emotions, so if you are giving thanks to and for them, they will see this as an example of what needs to be done. If the world had more people focusing on the good things and being grateful for them, the whole situation would be different. Be one of those individuals who always give thanks. Last few words on gratefulness. Undoubtedly your mind will wander from time to time. If this is the case, be grateful for it because it means you can spot it as soon as it happened. Try focusing on your breathing. Focus on being grateful for having this moment for yourself, even if it's only for 5 minutes each day. When you are grateful, you are developing necessary brain connections within your body. You are also improving the tools you already have, and you become more understanding and tolerant of others. You start dealing with your deep emotions, and you give thanks for the opportunity to see yourself under this new light. Chapter 11. The Power of Declaration and How You Talk to the Universe. Remember when I told you I was hospitalized a couple of years ago, and how that experience changed my life completely? Well, there's more to that story. When I was there, speaking to the psychologist and pouring my eyes out, she told me something that stuck with me, even up to this day, and I would love to share it with you now. The mind has incredible power, and it is our duty to discover it, especially if we would like to continue our manifesting journey. But the mind has a weak side. It can be quickly transformed, but it will all depend on how you speak to yourself and what you declare out loud, both to the universe and your mind. The power of declaration is relevant here, as it will redirect your mind into believing or thinking something completely different. It works similarly to when I told you about writing down your goals. You don't even need to write anything down in this particular aspect, but you do need to visualize, manifest, think, feel, and desire a change. Here, you will have a direct conversation with the universe, without distractions or intermediates that do not really know what is going on inside you. So, how can you declare to the universe what you want? And, most importantly, how can you achieve your dreams with the help of the universe? Once you start declaring, you also start activating. My stay at the hospital left me with many new feelings and learnings. I remember I used to write everything down because even though my physical activities were limited, my mind was going to places I had never been before. The psychologist gave me clues, but it was ultimately up to me to discover my own path. Hence why I will always encourage you to do the same. But one thing she did say was, visualize your healing process instead of wasting energies trying to understand why you are here. And that was a life-changing moment because I realized right there and then, I was indeed wasting my precious energies and resources asking, why me? Instead of, what now? I started declaring to the universe what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to become healthy, and that also meant getting out of the hospital. But the latter wouldn't have happened if the doctors didn't see an improvement, so I had to redirect my energy toward improving my health. And so, I did. I turned the TV off, and I would only check on my phone during specific times of the day. I decided I would visualize, meditate, manifest, and do everything I possibly could to get better. I started writing how I was improving and what was happening with me. But the truth is, when you are at the hospital receiving medicines through an IV, writing can be a real challenge. So, I had to look for another option. That's when I truly discovered the power of manifesting your reality. I started to declare how I was improving. I didn't say, I'm going to improve my health, so I can go back to my normal life. Instead, I said, I am improving now, I am welcoming the energy of healing, I am overcoming these health issues, and I am getting stronger. I also imagined ants eating away my problems. I would close my eyes, and I focused on the unhealthy area, and then the ants would appear there, eating away the unhealthy bits. I would then show my gratitude toward the ants, and I would say a small prayer for them. The first day at the hospital, the doctors told me my situation was very delicate, and not only did I need surgery, but I was probably going to stay there for a couple of months, minimum. I left the hospital on the 30th day of treatment because I had improved drastically, and I no longer needed special medical equipment. Not only this, but the doctors also told me I would have to go back to the hospital to receive another treatment, but only if I didn't feel well. I never went back. I am not going to lie and tell you I felt amazingly well ever since. However, I am now able to redirect and focus my energies somewhere else. I am preventing more issues by declaring to the universe how grateful I am for everything I went through. How can you declare to the universe what you want? You can declare whichever way you feel comfortable with. You can declare by yourself or with a group of friends. You can declare when you are going for a run, or when you do a guided meditation. You can declare whenever you need something specific or when you would like to achieve your all-time goal. Choose the right thing to declare. This is vital because you will need to have the right intention, as this will bring the required energies that will help you move forward. However, more often than not, the reality is different, and sometimes we are not sure about what we need to declare. You can focus on declarations like, I am healthier, I am richer, I am stronger, I am declaring I need this or that, I am declaring my love for my family, I am declaring the need for a new car. Listen to your declarations. You can always record yourself speaking to the universe and asking for help to manifest what you have declared. In fact, you can even listen to the recordings and say them out loud as if they were your personal mantras. This way, you will be literally throwing it into the air, and the universe will easily pick up these energies. Have a declaration reminder. I am known for writing down my declarations and placing them everywhere in my house. From asking for help to manifesting new dreams, I am all for having a declaration reminder that will become even more visible than ever before. This is a very, very important tip. In fact, many individuals who are still new at manifesting their realities will probably think this is nonsense. But if you focus on the greater good, to manifest to the universe what you have declared, how can this be considered negative? Set a realistic intention. When you start manifesting and declaring your intentions, make sure they are also realistic. Sure enough, most of us would love to receive $1 million tomorrow, but chances are that it won't really happen so fast unless we work hard. And even then, there is still more to it than just thinking about becoming millionaires. You can set your intentions every day, week, month, or year. Do have a plan for evaluating them when the end line is soon approaching. Do not be hard on yourself. Sometimes you may feel like giving up because you manifest, you make a dream board, you visualize yourself performing one of your goals, yet nothing really comes to fruition. I get it. It can be really annoying, especially when you feel like you have put so much energy toward that. However, not all of our dreams, thoughts, or intentions will come true, because even though we may want them to be real, some of them are simply not made for us. And the universe knows this, hence why it will not actively participate and help you to achieve said dreams. Because the truth is, they're more related to your ego and how you see yourself, instead of being in tune with what you need to experience to evolve and grow. Being a person who declares his or her intentions means you are mindful enough to practice this each day, even though sometimes you may feel like giving up. Even if you only declare to the universe for a couple of minutes during the day, you will still benefit from doing so. Do not be hard on yourself. On the contrary, congratulate yourself for these new changes, even if they haven't manifested yet. Say your declarations as if they were a mantra. You will soon realize how much power lies behind them. Some people will even go jogging and record themselves to listen to it later. When you immerse and bathe yourself in your declarations, the universe will get the signals and direct you towards achieving them. Declare when you can. What if you genuinely want to declare your goals and intentions, but you do not have the time to sit and write them down? How can you still benefit from these techniques without compromising the outcome? Try to declare whenever you can. And how do you do this? Well, first, you cannot feel obliged to declare. You must do so because you really want to tell the universe what's on your mind and how you would like to go on from here onward. The important thing is to start declaring, even if you are having a shower. Do incorporate it into your daily routine as much as possible and try to bring others to do the same thing. For example, if you live with your family, why don't you speak about this and set goals for the week? Imagine you want to start a new vegetable garden next week. So, all your energy will be directed toward achieving that. You set the goal, which is to make the vegetable garden, and you add another one, own fruits and vegetables in 3 months. You can declare by making a song about this, so every time you go to the vegetable garden to water the plants, you sing that special song. Or you can recite a poem that talks about what you would like to achieve. The important thing is to say this all the time, as this will be your declaration principle. To declare, to say, or to ask. There is a big difference between these 3 verbs. When you ask the universe for something, the universe will reply with a yes or a no. When you say something to the universe will see whether it agrees with you or not. However, When you declare to the universe what you want, you leave no other option to the universe, and it will have to help you turn your dreams into reality. Of course, you will need to work hard and have the right energy to continue improving and working toward your goals. But you are exact with what you want and what you deserve. If you begin to declare now, you will see that all your energy is aligned with what you want. You will be able to understand others who are also declaring their intentions, and you will help them achieve those. Deep down, you are aware of the fact that the more you give in, the more you get back. And even if you don't necessarily help others to get help back, you never know when you may end up needing them. Be wise with your thoughts, emotions, behavior, and intentions. Conclusion. Mastering your manifestation journey. As you already know, every single day, every single minute or second of each day, you are making a choice. Whether these choices are voluntary or involuntary, your energies will focus on them. You will know what needs to be done and what has been disregarded. Sometimes you commit to the choices you have made, and other times you re-evaluate yourself and the situation you are in, only to discover that it would be best if you change directions. This is life. This is what every single human being has had to do since the beginning of time. Everybody must make a choice that will possibly alter their life's courses. If you haven't worked on yourself and your inner journey is going through turbulent times, you will start doubting everything you are going through. On the other hand, if you have used this book, you have completely understood the power of manifesting and everything that comes with it. You are likely already being consistent and persistent with the reality you are creating every single day. When you manifest and decide to follow that particular path, you will probably still find rough patches that will teach you essential life lessons. Many people will think that because they are already manifesting the dreams, then no problems will arise. Unfortunately, or fortunately for some, this isn't the case at all. If you manifest and are going through a difficult situation, you can respond to those problems. Undoubtedly, they will stretch your understanding, patience, and even limits. Still, they will also make you grow. They will test how committed you are to this journey, and they will bring new perspectives into your life that perhaps you hadn't even considered. When you respond to a situation, you are emotionally detached from it. You can think in an objective, calm, and straightforward way. You know you are responsible for this rough path as well. You trust your ability to overcome this issue, and you visualize an answer. On the other hand, when you react to a situation, you are putting your goals, dreams, and manifestation process to the side because you are emotionally attached to what's happening. You are distracted, and you are only focused on all the feelings you have. Your ego is walking with you, and sometimes it can take days, months, or even years to let go of this problematic situation. When you genuinely manifest your life, you realize that things are simply unworthy of your time, energy, and efforts. You will learn to differentiate between the ones that matter and the ones you can overcome and leave behind. But you will also become grateful for them, because if they hadn't crossed your path, how were you going to become aware of them? How were you going to overcome them? How were you going to understand that you have all the power deep inside of you? Embracing freedom and responsibility, as terrible as it may sound, many people are not even aware of this. It seems like they go through life waiting for someone else to make the decisions for them. They like others to put their imprint and manifest for them. They think they're free, but in reality, they're attached to invisible chains of thoughts that they cannot hide nor sustain anymore. But they don't go out of their way to understand what is happening either. To them, it seems like free will is non-existent, only because they're afraid of making a mistake or choosing the wrong option. And when someone lives under this state of mind and energies, they're actively denying what the universe is trying to tell them. They're putting themselves in difficult situations because they are not taking responsibility for their actions. They are not children anymore, but they still act like one because it is easier for them to escape responsibilities. As a result, they live in fear because they are limited in their freedom, dreams, and choices. This is seen when a person has a running debt that doesn't seem to stop or stays in a relationship, even if there is not a single drop of love anymore. These things happen because individuals aren't aware of how they can overcome those particular situations in a conscious way. They prefer to have a debt instead of saving money, or instead of paying off the debt, they prefer to stay in a toxic relationship instead of being single, which would allow them to work on their self-esteem and self-love. The sooner you understand that every action you make has a direct consequence, the better you will get at manifesting your dreams. If you act impulsively without overthinking about what may lie ahead, it can prove to be a disastrous life strategy. Projecting your future and aligning your energy. In addition, manifesting will give you another important tool. You will be able to project how something may turn out for you soon. This is not to say that you are God, and you can predict what's about to come. But if you objectively base your opinions on your personal experience and see an already established pattern, you can see how things may turn out to be. What's more, once you start manifesting, you will also understand that wherever your mind goes, your attention will soon follow. So, answer these questions. Where is your mind going? What are you paying attention to? What are you aligning with? All of your powers, the ones that have been explained in this book, will lead you to these answers. You have the power to manifest your dreams and turn them into realities. You have the power to believe in yourself and make life choices. You have the power to visualize what you want, and you also have the power to ask for anything. You have the power to be free, and you have the power to be creative in terms of how you will reach your powerful goals. You have the power to dream big. Show gratitude when you are declaring what you would like to achieve. Whatever you choose to manifest, you are doing so because you agree with that, and you would like to attract it to your life and identify with it. It almost seems like you become one with what you are manifesting and attracting. If you go through life knowing this, then your whole focus will be on being the truth, having the strength to follow your own path, and loving everything that comes to you. If you choose to self-identify with limitations, with fear, with scarcity, then that, too, will be your reality. The power is always yours. Use it wisely, and intentionally. Thank you for listening to The Power of Manifestation, your guide to creating reality. We hope this journey has inspired you, empowered you, and provided you with the tools to consciously shape the life you truly desire. We'd love to hear from you. Please share your thoughts on this audiobook in the comments. What resonated with you most? What topics would you like to explore further in future audiobooks? Your feedback helps us create more engaging and insightful content tailored just for you. Until next time, keep manifesting your dreams into reality. The power of